Toronto. A significant person has left the hit Canadian series Heartland. Yet the show will go on with a storyline one of its stars expresses was in progress for quite a long time. Fair warning, the accompanying story contains plot subtleties. Graham Wardle's veterinarian character, Ty Borden, passed on from a blood clot in Sunday's season 14 debut of the CBC family show. In the finale of last season, Ty experienced a gunfire wound that he appeared to recuperate from, yet a few fans actually pondered his destiny going ahead. "I felt in my heart the time had come to move toward another path," Wardle told the Canadian press by email. His delegates said he was not accessible for a meeting. "I presently have the opportunity has arrived webcast, and there will be a future episode coming out where I intend to share considerably more about my choice and my appreciation for the 14 years I spent on Heartland," he expressed, alluding to his undertaking on Otherworldliness, where visitors share their own excursion. Heartland depends on a book series by Lauren Brooke and highlights hero Amy Fleming, a pony healer who was hitched to Ty, and her more established sister Louise, Lo, Fleming on their family farm in Alberta. The series likewise airs on UKTV in the US. Golden Marshall, who plays Amy, said the Heartland storylines are composed well ahead of time, and she figured out Wardle would leave the show around quite a while back. Marshall said in an interview from her ranch outside of Calgary, "Graham, for the last several years, he's been going in different directions, working on different projects, and he'd spoken with us openly quite a few times. Obviously, we're an extremely steady gathering. We have been working together for more than a decade and care deeply about each other. So I surmised the subsequent stage was, how would we do this and honor that character the most effective way we would be able?" Fans took to online entertainment to communicate bitterness at the takeoff of an indispensable person they've watched develop from a pained juvenile to a caring spouse, father, and entrepreneur. A few said they valued the recognition and commemoration for Ty on the show, while others said they would have rather not observed any longer. "AS14 does not exist for me. It's S13 blissful closure for #Heartland for me," composed Twitter client at @ShoeSlovHo. "Fans realize that this is a story worth telling, and this is a story that's very real," Marshall stated. The London, Ontario-raised actress stated, "I actually have a close friend who was widowed, and her journey was heartbreaking. But it was a real story, it was a real journey. What's more, I think this story, despite the fact that it will be awful, there is that snapshot of solidarity and development and light out of it." As Marshall puts it, the English Columbia-raised Wardle is driven by what refers to him inside as, with regards to his life and vocation. With his new digital recording, he's contacting fascinating individuals that he accepts others will profit from, she said. "Playing a person for well north of 10 years, that is an immense responsibility," Marshall said, noticing they're still companions, and she as of late recorded a digital broadcast with him at his home. "Converse with anybody who's been in similar work or same situation for a considerable length of time or more. A ton of times they say, perhaps I need to have a go at something different. Perhaps I maintain that should do various things." All things considered, Marshall said she was hurt when she initially heard Wardle needed to leave. All things considered, they've been dealing with the show together for more than 10 years and grew exceptionally close as their characters went through a few difficulties, separations, and cosmetics. It required her an investment to acknowledge the news, yet she ultimately felt so pleased with Graham for truly understanding what bearing he needed to head down. "I believe it's so important to pay attention to our stomach and realize what truly drives us and to follow that," she said. "In addition, it is true that you will cause harm to others. However, he did it in such a deferential way to us all. Also, I believe that that is overwhelmingly significant." According to Marshall, she requested that the writers ensure that Emmy handled Ty's death as a strong mother who puts her daughter before anything else. She noted that filming the season was an emotional roller coaster. "I would call Graham and I would agree. This is so weird, haven't arrived to act inverse to me," Marshall said. On Heartland, family stories typically take place in isolation, and Marshall and Wardle frequently found themselves filming scenes alone. However, presently, Amy is more incorporated into the family, and Marshall has wound up working with more